Okay, so foreign key clause includes or makes some makes an entity, sorry, makes an attribute a foreign key which is linked with another table. So we have to include referential integrity constraints as well, which options can be restrict, set null, cascade, and set default. Normally, cascade is used, which automatically handles the restrictions for you. Restrict will mean if you are deleting a parent table entry, it will stop you for deleting that. It will restrict you to delete it from child table, and then it will ask you to delete from the parent table. Set null, what it will do if you are deleting a parent table record, what it will do is in child table it will automatically include the null for those entries, and set default will make a default entry for those the child table entries. So this is our create table full form. So we have a create table keyword or reserved word. We'll use the name of the table. We'll mention records, their data types, and their constraints. And then we mention the constraints on the table like primary key, unique key, and foreign key. And in foreign key, we'll mention referential integrity options as well, which will be on delete and on update. So if you have to use now retrieve queries basically if you have to select something uh, from the table. So that has a three portion. So first portion is select. In select, what you give is you give the list of attributes. Like if you remember pi in the relational algebra, we use project or pi. In pi, we give all the name of the attribute that we have to select. Then we have to select which table we are including, and then we have a where constraint, like if there is any condition. So like if we want everything from the table, so we can simply say select direct from the table name. So if we have some conditions, so what we are going to do is are going to say select, we are going to give attribute list, and then we are going to give from uh, the list, the table list and the condition. So in where we can have the condition can have comparison operators like equal to, less than, greater than, equal to, less than, equals to, and not equals to. So this sign is for not equals to. So this is like a diagram, or this is like a relational algebra scheme which is given, and the queries further will be based on this table structure. So like for example, if we have to select the query number 0, if you see, we have to select the birth date and the address of the employees whose name is John B. Smith. So name, if you see, it's divided into first and last name. So if we have here, if you see here, the name is first name, initials, and last name. So you can see the name is divided into three portions. So we can say select. What do you want to select? We want to select birth date and address. So attribute will come here. From will contain the name of the table. So we want the table name, that is employee. Where name is, first name is John, initials is B, and last name is Smith. So for example, if we want to retrieve the name and address of all the employees who work for the research department, so here we see we have the employee information here, and there's a department number. But in our question, it's there's we don't have the number. We have an name, that is research department. So we don't have the number here. So what we have to kind of join these two tables. So the simplest form of the join is using comma. So you can use comma and it will perform a simple join. So for example, if we have here retrieve the name and address of the employees, so we want select first name. Name is divided since into two portions. So we have first name, last name, address from employee comma department, where department name is research and department number is D number. Now here is a twist. For example, if we say select the name of the employees who work in the department starting with R. So what you are going to do, you are going to use wildcard queues for those. So for that, we cannot use equality because we don't have the full form. Like we are saying, we want the employees of the department whose department name starting with R. So we have to include all the department that are beginning with R. But like for example, if I want there's a product and I want a category, I'm searching it in the category. So like I say, the category should be, it should start with ENT. So we have ENT, and then we are going it with the full form. Like we don't know what's coming after ENT. So for that we are going to use wildcard queries, which is mentioned by the percentage, which we'll cover later on. So we give the solution to these queries. So for example, for every project located in Stafford, list the project number, the controlling department number, and the department manager's last name, address, and birth. So for example, what we need is, first of all, we need a project number. Second, we need the department number. Then we need the manager's last name. Then we need address and birth date. So all the attributes that you need will be coming in the select from. So there are three tables that will be included in this. We have a project, we have a department, and we have an employee. So what are the where condition? That the department number is D number and manager SSN is SSN equals to SSN, and the location of the project is Stafford. So here we are joining the three table, that is project, department, and employee. Now, normally we have, if we have like name attribute is common in multiple tables. So if we are referring, if we are joining two tables and we are saying select name from department, comma employee. So either we are referring to department name or we are referring to employee name. So we cannot mention that. So it became ambiguous that which name we are referring to. So for that solution, what we can do is we can embed or we can add the name of the table in the in with the attribute. So like you have the name of the table, dot operator, and then the name of the attribute. So what it does is it clears the ambiguity that which name you are referring to. Either you are referring to employees table or you are referring to the department table. So adding the name of the table before the attribute makes it less make it unambiguous. So you can, what you can do is you can have name of the table, dot operator, and name of the attribute. Like for example, select first name, employee dot name, address. So employee dot name is indicating that this name attribute has to be found in employee department. From employee comma department, where department dot name is research and department dot d number is equal to employee dot d number. So for example, if we have d number, if here we are referring d number is equal to d number, we don't know whether we are referring to employee d number or department d number. So mentioning the name of the table is making it clear that which table we are referring to. So aliases mean if we don't want to use the full form of the table, like we have employee, we have department, mentioning these can be hectic. So if we have long queries and we are to mention the full table name, so that becomes difficult. So what we can do is we can simply create aliases. So if you see here, instead of employee, we are mentioning E. So for example, we have here select E dot F name, E dot L name, S dot F name. So from employee space E space S. So here we are giving two aliases to employee table. One is E and one is S. So by simply using space operator, what we can do is we can give aliases and it becomes a short form to use in the long queries. Also, aliases can be used by the as keyword. So for example, we have select E dot F name, E dot L name, S dot F name, S dot L name from employee as E and employee as S. So here you are mentioning as so if you are comfortable using space, you can use space operator. If you are comfortable using as, you can use as operator. So it becomes more easy or more understandable or more it becomes more readable. So what happens if we are mentioning select SSN from employee and the where clause has no condition? So what it does is it will return all the actions. So this is equivalent to the condition where true. Where true means it will retrieve the SSN for all